the greatest white man that ever lived, Alexander the Great, or Alexander the Greek, as should be properly said, for Macedonia. See, without Alexander, you have no conquering of Africa. See, y'all starting too late. Y'all gotta go up early. Gotta go back a little bit, about 2,000 years, yo. Alexander. Facts. Now, Alexander only and his army only conquers a small part of Egypt. You see what I'm saying? Egypticus, which is a Greek word. See, they had it before the Romans. You see what I'm saying? They named it Egypticus. You see what I'm saying? But 332 BC, Alexander of Macedonia comes down and start wrecking shop. You see what I'm saying? And if you go look at that movie, the Alexander the movie, man, that man, he he was crazy, but he had heart though. He had heart though. I ain't even gonna lie. He was like that and all that, but that's another subject for another day. But without him, see, that created in the European mind like, oh, it set the example. Because if you look at people like Napoleon, Napoleon's idol is Alexander the Great. And see, when you just like when you see a Fini Shakur, not a Fini Shakur, the sister that went to Cuba. See, she a symbol of liberation for black people. That's why they was wanting her so bad. So it's the same thing with Alexander. He a symbol, like a Sada Shakur. You see, she a symbol, but see, Alexander the Great is a symbol to them. You see what I'm saying? And then all through when you look at history, they could always go back to that and get inspiration. Like, okay, Alexander the Great was a great conqueror. You know what I mean? And he went in there and conquered the Africans in North Africa. You see what I'm saying? But it, in between that, Africa wasn't totally conquered though by them. See, he tried to go into Nubia and he was stopped by the Kandaki queens, Queen Candace. You see, he was stopped by them. You see what I'm saying? And she sent her, I think I talked about this one. She sent her soldiers, you see, two arrows. Say, you accept these arrows or we can go ahead and go to war. He didn't accept the arrows. He came to go to war and she was ready. He seen her army and he turned back around. But it created the example. Dr. Clark always talk about it. That it created the example of a European drawing blood in Africa, which hadn't been done in a while. Which hadn't been done in a while. You see what I'm saying? So Alexander the Great creates a symbol that they can actually conquer. And now if you look at any one of them, and they teach Alexander the Great in military schools all around the world. That's facts. That's facts. That's why they always showing y'all those 300 Rome, all of this Macedonia, Alexander. They always reiterating those Greek and Greco-Roman stories to show themselves as great. You see what I'm saying? Uh, so the greatest white man that ever lived is Alexander the Great because he creates an environment that they can see themselves conquering. In the mind, though, he creates that thought. Like, and it always see they can always go back to that. That's why they never tell you in history about our victories over them. See, they don't never say nothing about that. They might mention that Turner. They didn't want that movie to come out. That's what I was trying to think of the other day when we was talking anyway. Nat Turner. You see what I'm saying? We were talking about reading the Bible and getting some revolutionary out of it. I was thinking about Nat Turner, but they don't. That ain't the only one. There was all kind of stuff going on that they don't never want to talk about because it creates symbols in the mind that you can get energy from and be like, okay, if he done it, then I can do it. They don't want that. They don't want that. They always want to show you as a conquered people. They showed themselves as the Greeks and Romans conquering, and they always showed the black people as the slave. Facts in all the movies. The black people is subservient to the white people to keep you in that mentality. Then they show themselves as conquering victors and, conquering lands of the native savages and all that and civilizing them. That's what the movies, all of them be about that. Whether it's Tarzan, whether it's any of them Greco-Roman movies, uh, cowboy movies, all of that, cowboys and Indians, all of that is them showing, them conquering you. So you will always be like, so you will always remember, and he'll always remember what he done, and you know what you didn't do, and what you still need to do. You see, but people still is trapped in this cycle. You see, the merry-go-round, round and round and round, ain't never gonna get off in la goofy land. So, but the greatest white man to ever live is Alexander. Facts. Because if you look at any other day champions, Napoleon, he was their hero. Facts. Go look it up. That go for and all of them was racist than anybody. More racist than the Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan. Facts. And they created racism. Don't let them. I heard some scholars say, yeah, it might have not been the same, but racism existed 2,000 years ago. They would when they conquered the African, they took his women, had babies with them, and the babies was taught to kill the darker African. That's facts. The little mixed Greek and Roman and African babies, the Coptics, the Copts, was trained to kill. And I'm gonna read that, and when I got it over here, was trained. It's in the destruction of black civilization. I got it. I got the book over here. I'll read it. We might do it tonight. But to kill the native Africans. Facts. Ja Power, y'all, the greatest white man to ever live. Alexander the fake fruit cake that they call great. We say Alexander the Greek. Ja Power, y'all. We might come back to Alexander because I can 332, man. 332. Ja Power, y'all. I'm coming back.